Salute to everybody watching. What's good with everybody? This is DJ Bless One, and I gotta call out the Miami Dolphins today. You're reading the title correctly, because what we just saw on Sunday against Indianapolis Colts proves one thing. The Dolphins messed up big time by not drafting Shedeur Sanders. Now, let's keep it real. Miami didn't just lose to the Colts, they got dominated. We're gonna watch these receipts and videos, but let me just talk for a little bit. They got dominated. They made Daniel Jones, yes, Daniel Jones, look like the second coming of Dan Marino. And if that doesn't wake up this organization, I don't know what will. Now, let's talk about Tua. I know the Dolphin fans love him, but let's stop pretending like everything is perfect. Even at Alabama, he was coddled with five-star receivers and offensive linemen all around him with that studded defensive stars he had. So in other words, he's a plug-and-play guy, but also a system guy. So if the system ain't doing right, he loses. But hell, the system is what gave him a name to begin with. Jalen Hurts was what made Alabama what they were, but Jalen Hurts was proof that he was always better than Tua. So we're going to talk about this, man, but it seems this guy keeps regressing after every year. We're going to play these receipts. We're going to get started, but give me my goddamn theme song.
I've been broke so many times. I don't want to believe. Mama say it's my fault. It's my fault. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
I'm eager and ready to just get on with it. So let's look at what we're actually watching together with real receipts. So the Colts versus the Dolphins just was an embarrassing defeat, 8-33. I'm talking, they made this organization look well and just above the rest of everybody else. I'm talking like, what is going on with the Dolphins? So you tell me this coach is a great coach, but yet he doesn't need a certain quarterback. That's not the case at all. You have the Mercedes-Benz, you have the engine in those Mercedes-Benz, but you don't have the driver. Without the driver, it's just a team that's just here to be here. You need an actual driver, aka quarterback. Now, even right now, Quinn Ewers, the rookie from Texas, undrafted rookie that is, seems to be a far better selection because he was balling in the preseason. Although it's the preseason, look who you have to live with. Let me play those interceptions by Tua. Look at this. Yeah, let's look at your great quarterback. Once again, the guy keeps regressing. That's what you have to deal with. Let's look at the stats. Tua Tagovailoa, 14 of 23 for 114 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. You know what that spells? We got two big problems. We have a quarterback problem, and we have a head coach, because he's the real offensive coordinator, Mr. Daniels, Mike Daniels, whatever his name is. He gotta go because he got hyped up based on who we have. We have Jalen Waddle, that is, and your boy Tyreek Hill. They'll make any coach and quarterback look good. Can we stop being like prisoners of the moment and just tell the truth? Because if Tyreek doesn't play good and Waddle doesn't play good, game over for us. But guess what? They're always open. Our quarterback can't deliver the ball. He has a weak arm. I don't care how accurate you think he is and pretend he is. Tua has a weak arm where Shedeur would take over easy. Daniel Jones was 22 of 29, 272 yards and 1 touchdown. He looked like the goddamn second coming of Dan Marino. Am I lying? Let me put out the cheerleaders right quick, because you guys, we need a Miami cheerleader in this building right quick, because I don't think you're paying attention. So pay attention to her. Now, Shedeur Sanders, he's durable. That's what we know about him already. His offensive line doesn't have to be much of superstars at all for him to get an internal rep of the situation and actually execute the plays properly. That means he has to use his own skill set most of the time, because all of his offensive coordinators are pure trash, if we're being honest. Yes, Pat Schumer is pure trash. I'll be doing a separate video on Pat Schumer. Let me get this cheerleader the hell out the way, because we're getting a little serious right now. We need to look at these stats and understand what they are. This is regression at the highest degree. Look at our rushing game. It's suffering because when you have a lack of passing game, and you know you can just prioritize your blitz packages only aimed towards making, Tua uncomfortable, then game is over with. Dolphins will automatically lose. This is factual. So our rushing game becomes predictable. Therefore, look what you get. 7 carries of 55 yards. And look at the average, 7.9. Look at Malik Washington. Look at his yards average, 9 yards. You know what I mean? So what does that spell? That's the quarterback is the issue. The running backs are good to go. I'm sorry for being a guy that has to be honest with you guys, but our quarterback is the damn problem of everything going on. Now that you guys seen this, what's going to be the new excuse? I looked at my Dolphins and I said, man, me being a Florida guy, getting Shedeur Sanders has nothing to do with me thinking that he's going to be the saving piece. And because I ride for Shedeur and Dion, no, bro. I looked at what we actually needed. Fine, if you're going to make Tua the starter, cool. But if you had Shedeur there as an insurance plan, as a guy to give competition to Tua, you just gave him blindly a contract that he really didn't deserve it. Once again, Jalen Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. Even our plug-and-play receivers were doable to be starters on other NFL teams. So he was always cushioned and protected. I don't want to hear about our offensive line. I just showed you the running back stats. Look at our receiving stats. You know what I mean? Look at it, bro. 4 for 40 by Hill, Waddle, 4 for 30. They're waiting to burst and have a breakout year, but look who's the quarterback. Listen to Tua at least be honest about what happened. So let's let Tua respond to this. Hang on, before we listen to Tua, I want y'all to do me a favor and look in the comment sections. You're gonna see 2 women who are pinned up. One of them is Love Child, a producer. She got great beats for sale, but also it's not just for you guys to purchase her beat. Her channel is actually therapeutic. So if you're having a long day of work, you wanna go to sleep, lay down. She has all these instrumentals and beat selections, smoothing sounds. I implore you to subscribe to Love Child, a producer. And also, I'm not the only one going hard in the paint and being honest. When I told you about your favorite YouTubers, Discern Goddess is not one of them. She's much like me. She's going to give you the truth with no filter. And this is a woman representing for all people. But the fact that she's a woman debunks everything they like to say and stereotype about women. She is here to stay, and this woman is phenomenal. Now, with that being said, let's listen to Tua's continuing excuses since his days at Alabama.
Nobody pays, none of the fans pay, to watch the Miami Dolphins go put up 8 points and drug, and watch the other team drop 30 points. That's just not what they do. So there's a lot of things we need to look at. We need to look in the mirror. We need to continue to hold each other accountable for what it is. And I would definitely say it starts with me. And I think as a team, collectively, this was something we were trying to avoid. But could this be good for us? I don't know.
No, it can't be good for you. And speak up. Put some bass in your voice, my guy. Like, shout out to our legend, our fullback legend, Larry Costanza, who got mad and said they were unprepared, uninspired, unacceptable. And I was a kid listening to the greats talk about him, and this was in the 90s. I know he's before that time, but to hear the greats glove about him, when he comes out and say this, you better pay attention, because a lot of our legends really don't say anything and they don't speak about anything. We need more legends to speak on it. We need Brian Cox to speak on it. We need Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, a whole lot of other people. But the Colts fans have been celebrating because they felt like they won the Super Bowl against us. That's how awful we were.
Hi, folks. It is good to be back here inside Lucas Oil Stadium after a 30